What is the structure they are going to use is, this is called as JSON structure. JSON. This JSON structure, how it contains, it is like a tree structure. See, there will be a, uh, here is one example of JSON tree of books. Okay. If you are going to store the information related to the books. This is an some identifier. Books is a broader information. That book information you are going to store. Open the flower brackets, close it here. Book 1. What is the title of that? Who is the author? Open and close brackets. See, this is another one more entry. Book 2, that is within the double quotes, colon. Within the flower brackets, what is the key? What is the value? What is the key value? The third row. This is what the tree structure. In this way, this is a JSON structure which is always associated with the key. In this way, it is getting stored in the Firebase. In the SQL database, the data gets stored in terms of rows and columns. If you want to get the data of this, what is the movie title where the main role is Batgirl, or how to add one more movie to this, okay, programmatically. If you want to add, we have a separate functions for that. See here, in order to, we always retrieve the data items by the location. See some two activities, Firebase demo, the project name, then inside that database, data, inside that books. Then if you give this much of address, then you will get a access to this books. You have to give this location. You cannot directly give this name books. For that, you have to add this much of address. Two activities, Firebase demo, database, dot data. Then inside that, you are going to get books, or here you can change it with movies. Once you have given the address, then you can get the values. You can get the values or you can store the values. For that, there is a function. What all the extra coding you have to do in the build.gradle file? In the build.gradle file is, whenever you want to use this Firebase, you have to add this line, compile com.google.firebase firebase-database. This you have to add it in build.gradle file. One more step is, you have to include this Firebase project in your app. That setting, everything, it is available in the Android Studio, that you have to link. After linking your app to the Firebase project, you have to add this line in the build.gradle. After then, you can start coding. See here, what exactly it is there in the book? There will be a title, there is an author. Okay, just leave this constructor, default constructor. If I pass title and a author, that gets set to this method. Okay, don't worry about this class. First, we'll see the functions, how to add the data to the Firebase, programmatical. There are functions. There is a child function is there. There is a set value function is there. Child function, what it is going to give, it will give you the child node. See, child node is this one. Movie 1, movie 2, movie 3. These are the child nodes. This is the main node. These are the child nodes. The child method will give you the access to this. What about the set value? Inside that child, you have to create a node and you have to set the value. See now. Now, if you want to add, suppose book 4, I want to add book 4, that the title is how to edit data and the author is an editor. If you want to add this, I'm talking about the main activity. Inside the main activity, I'll get the address of that. Firebase database dot get instance get reference of books. If what this books it is going to get the address is, it is going to get the address of this node. After that, you can add entry inside this node. If you want to add it to the movies, you have to give the name movies here. Where? Here. Get reference movies. Then you can add movie data. I'll write one custom function. In the custom function, add new book. Book ID I will pass. Title, author. See the function. This reference, because we want the address. Inside the address dot child. The child will give you the address of that particular node. See, this is what the book ID. Then inside that you are going to pass book object. What it contains? Title and author. If you pass like this, what it is going to do is, it is going to add one more. That is book 4. How to edit the data. If you actually open the Firebase console and check, you will see the data like this, an editor. If you want to add like this in this way, you have to write this class and this much of code. You have to pass like this, add new book, then book 4, how to edit data and an editor. From here, the call will go here. Then dot child set value, it will pass this book object. Then that gets entry in the Firebase console. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು entry ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. Okay. This is how we are going to add the data inside the Firebase console. Whether we have any options, as I said, there is an option for testing your app on different devices. The Google data centers have so much of different devices are there, that each devices it will give you the report of the test run. You have a software called Test Lab that will create the robot test, and it will run you this run your app on the different devices. You no need to purchase all the devices and start running your app. The Google it is going to provide the flexibility to test your app on different devices. All those different devices, they are going to host in the Google data centers. From there, your app will get run on the different devices, and it will give you the report on the results. Okay. This much of flexibility is there with the Firebase. How to make money from these apps? In 4 ways you can make money from these apps. One is premium apps that you have seen, freemium models, subscriptions, and ads. What is this premium model is? If you want to download the app itself from the Play Store, you have to pay. You are going to develop the apps, and that app, from that app, if you want to make money, then what you have to do is, whenever you upload itself, then you have to set the amount for your app before they download. They have to, the users has to pay for your app to download from the Google Play Store. In that way, if you do, you are going to get the money. If you want to set this, if you want to set the amount, if you make your app as a premium, then there should be sufficient stuff in your app. If that stuff is not there, the users is not going to download your app. Okay. Something it should be useful for the users. Your app something should be useful, then only the users will pay and download your app. In that way you can make money by the premium model. What is this freemium model is, the users will download the app for free, but some of the functionality some of the functionality, it will be available as free, but if you want to use some other advanced features, they have to pay. The users has to pay for the upgrades or any other purchases. That is called as freemium model. You have seen these type of apps. Many of the apps will be like this. It will be a freemium model, means you can easily download, freely available, but if you want to upgrade, then they will ask you to pay. In that way you can, this is the best way of doing the money, freemium model. And subscriptions is, some of the features it will be available for only 30 days. And now what all the apps subscription, Netflix, Amazon, all these things that will be work in this way itself, subscription. After some month, 2 months, 1 month, you have to pay once again. If you want to use that app for another duration, then you have to pay. That is all the subscription model. In that way also, the app developer, they can make money. The last option is ads. In order to download, it is free. The app will be in the running mode, but you are going to display the ads on your app. When the users click on the app, then when the user clicks on the app, that will, the user is going to get the money. Okay, in these ways the app users can make money. This is called as monetization models. This is an important question. Monetization models. Okay. See, in order to display the ads, whether directly the ads will come on your app is different. Ads are somewhere. How the ads that will be displayed on your mobile? Some Surf Excel advertise, some movie advertise, some trailer. How it is going to come to your app? You have to create a layout. Inside that layout, your app should come. Then some programming you have to do for that. That you should remember. Automatically, the apps will not come to your app. You have to provide the area where exactly the app should come. Okay, that is what the next topic called ad mob. Ad mob means advertisement ads for ads on mobile. Google has done so much of work on getting the advertisers to the your app, but whenever the money comes, that money is going to be shared with the Google also. The total amount that will be paid by the advertisers, that will be shared between the Google and the owner of the app. The Google has a big repository of the ads that will be displayed on both the websites and also the mobile apps. What we have to do is, we have to do some programming in order to get the ads on your mobile. So to display the ad in your app, what layout you have to do is, you have to add this ad view. If you create this in the layout of the activity, in that location itself, the ad will be displayed. It is not going to disturb the content of your app. It is not going to disturb the content of your app. Okay, but wherever this ad view will be there in the layout, there exactly the advertisements get loaded. Google is going to handle that, the ads that will be displayed on the layouts. It has so many tools are there. Even it is going to create. It has a separate tools for creating the ads also, and also where exactly it should come, means targeting criteria. Just what we have to do as the app developers, we have to create a layout. We have to show the place where the app should get displayed. The Google will handle how to display the ad. Whenever the user clicks on the apps or the advertisement, uh, we are going to get the money. But what Google is going to get, that amount that will be paid by the advertisers, that will be distributed between the Google and the publisher of the website. In this way, the Google will also get the money, the publisher of the website or the app will also get the money. For advertisement company, they'll get marketing. Okay. If I'm the publisher of the website or the app, if I click on the ad, there is of no use. I'm not going to get money if I just click on my app itself. You should not do that. Google has a policy. That policy, what they say in that policy is, the website publisher or the app publisher, if they click on their own websites, they will not get any amount for that. We should not do that also. How to create the AdMap account? See here, in the Firebase console, there is an option like this to select the and add mob. Firebase console ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೈನ್ ಅಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಬ್. There we have to sign up. Inside the Firebase console, there is an option called add mob. There we have to sign up. Whenever we sign up means, if you give some account information, then that will redirect to AdMap console. There, inside the AdMap console, what you have to do is you have to create an account. Then we should add your app to this AdMob. What you are doing now is you are just linking your app with the AdMob. Whenever you link, then only the ads will come in your app. Okay. To display an ad in your app, what is required is there will be an app ID, an identifier will be there, add mobile app ID and add unit ID. Some unique IDs are there that is required, that you are going to get it in the console, add mob console. Where? Here itself. If you sign up here, you are going to get that information. Some unique ID. That ID will be used for linking between your app and add mob. Some more steps you have to do in the ad mob in order to implement this ad mob in your app. Make sure you add your app to the Firebase project. That we have to do, that we have already done. Our app is linked with the Firebase. Then if you want to add this ads, then you have to add this in build.gradle file, com.google.firebase firebase-ads. If your app supports ads means, then you have to add this build.gradle file. Then you should show some slot where actually you should display the ads. You can see here. See here. Here we have created a layout, ad view layout. In this block itself, the ad will be displayed. This is the place. And the rest of the activity means it is our content. Okay. Then we have to initialize inside the ad mobile, and we have to update on create. These are the 5 steps we have to do. See, we want, there will be a unique information about your device. Your device ID, we are going to get it from IMEI. You know about this IMEI, right? That is an unique number for your device. What is the unique number for AdMob? That you are going to get it from the AdMob console. Whenever you link your app with the AdMob, you are going to get some ID, app ID and unit ID. That you are going to get it from this console. Your phone, about your phone, if you want IMEI number, you can dial like this, or if you go to this settings about phone status and IMEI, that you are going to get it. See, even you can test before you publish your app how the ad will gets displayed in your app. Even you can test that also. In order to create this layout, see the small box what you are seeing now, in order to display that, this much of code you have to add. What is the ID? What is the width? What is the height? What is the margin left? 16. Horizontal. This should look like a banner. Some ID. Inside that banner, there should some ID, some unique number. If you add this much, you will see this box here. This is the box that you are going to see. As I said, you are going to initialize. In order to initialize the mobile ads, there is a function called mobile ads.initialize. Then you have to pass some ID which you are going to get. This is one example of the app ID that you are going to get. ಈಗಿನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಪಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, ಸಮ್ ನಂಬರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್. In this means in this class itself, in this screen itself. If you add this much, that is going to initialize the ad mobs in your app. Now, in order to load the ads into your app, means in this location, in this place, if you want an ad, what all the things you have to do? You have just created now this box. You have just created now. Now the advertisement gets loaded inside this. It should be loaded inside this view, ad view. For that, what we have to add is, this is what the code. See here, find view by ID, r.id.add view. What it is going to give, this will give you the access to this box. Now you have got the access to this add view. Add request.builder.add test device. See, this is what we are testing now. We are testing now. Add.test device, add request, some emulator with the emulator information we have given, and some device ID we have given, dot build. Now this is ready. The code is ready to test the ads. Add view dot load add request. Now see, this is the layout. Inside this box, dot load add means inside this add request, some ad it is going to display inside this load. This is how you are going to test some any ads that will be displayed inside this box. This is an access to that box. This is one advertisement request. Then this advertisement request gets loaded inside this ad view, and you will see the ad in the testing mode. In the real time, you don't know which ad it is going to come. If you want, you can do any changes inside this ad request itself. This is how we are going to test it, how an advertised ad will come inside your layout. Okay, this is all which is there inside this chapter called Firebase and AdMob. Okay, Firebase and AdMob. This is the database, and this is a place where we add the ads to the advertisement to the mobile. Okay, this is all about this. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Or in the next class, we'll discuss the permissions, the performance, and the security. Okay. See, we have discussed the lesson 14 and 15. In the next class, we'll discuss this lesson 13. What are the permissions, how you can improve the performance, and how to provide the security. Okay. You can send your attendance and you can exit.